What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do a really quick review of this 6-foot pre-lit artificial Christmas garland. In this review, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this garland, including one thing you should know before buying. So this garland, my wife and I have actually been looking at a number of different garlands to try to find one that would look really nice on our mantle downstairs. And looking through them, this is actually one of my favorites for sure. Now, I think a big reason for that, so first off, they have these berries, which are really pretty. They have these, which are like the feel real Christmas trees, right? It actually looks like evergreen trees, which is pretty cool. They have these little pine cones on here, as well as the fake snow. And then even these fake little branches, which, you know, if you get really close, they don't look too real. But when you're looking from far away, it actually looks pretty real overall. So I'm a big fan of that for sure. I also like the fact that right here, as you can see, it actually has a hook. So this is nice because it makes it much easier to actually hang this stuff. Some of them don't have that. So this is actually a really, really big deal with this one. Now, it is important to note, it only has that hook on one side, right? I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but just note that that is only on one side. There is not a second hook, which is fine if you're hanging it from the ceiling or somewhere high. It's no big deal. But you know, if you're pushing it across your chimney or not your chimney, your mantle or whatever, then it's just something to note. But for us, we're going to be hanging it. So this actually is a pretty cool feature that they have. In terms of everything about it, so obviously it has all these little pieces to it that I already went over. 20 total LED lights. So these are LED, which basically means really low electric consumption. In terms of electric consumption, there is zero. And the reason there is zero is because this is actually battery operated. So there are 3 AA batteries in here. And just basically you have your on-off switch. Where is it? On-off switch here, which, you know, you can turn it on, off, however you want. And that's all that you really need to do. Now, there is a cool thing to that. So you can see here, there's timer, there's off, there's timer, there's on. Timer basically means when you turn it on timer, what's going to happen is this will turn on for 6 hours and then it will turn off for 18 hours. It does that automatically, which I think is actually some pretty cool functionality. I like that a lot. I think it's a nice way of kind of automating it so you don't have to keep turning it on and off every day. You know, it's just a cool little thing. Now, the one thing to know about this, and the only thing that I would have liked to have seen on this one, some of them have this, some don't. So you have the timer option, which is really neat, and then the on option. They don't give you the ability to do any action to the lights. So you can't like fade these in or out. You can't have them blinking. You can't do anything like that. But if you're looking for this solid look with a pretty realistic, you know, just garland overall, I do think that this is definitely a good choice. And if you're considering it and really not sure, I don't think that you regret this purchase. I think it's a pretty good one. So yeah, go ahead and give it a shot.